So I had no idea about like what options and possibilities a PT would have to do non-clinical things. So, in your opinion, I know you write a lot about that. So, what are the options out there, like for the PTs that are thinking more about a non-clinical career?
There are so many options. This is one of those questions where I could talk for about 20 hours on it. So I'm going to go with a really, really, really high level approach and say you can kind of do anything with your degree. You can even leave healthcare, and the skills that you've built as a clinician are going to be helpful for you. It's just a question of what do you want to do. Now, I find that a lot of people want to go in certain directions. So they want to go into kind of, I'll just say really high level admin, where they want to go into kind of leadership or management or change. They want to make change in the healthcare system. I would lump all of that into admin or leadership management kind of category. You can become a CEO. I know PTs who have become CEOs. You can go into director of operations. If you don't feel like being in those super, super high level jobs, you can also go into regional director of operations, or you can do even jobs like utilization review or the like. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that one, but that one's a really popular one because you can usually work from home. And you can go into then, it looks like you
What
want to
is
ask a
that?
question.
Yeah,
Sure.
what was that?
Utilization review. That's where you're looking over charts. Basically, this is very simplifying what it is. You're really looking at the utilization of insurance benefits and making sure that it's appropriate. That's technically what it is. But what a lot of the jobs are is you'll be looking at doing some prior authorization or honestly denials. You'll be doing just basically looking at the use of member benefits, using PT visits and saying, is this appropriate? Is this therapist using way too many visits considering the patient has plateaued? Or does it look like maybe this patient is more appropriate for a different level of care? So there's a whole industry around that. It's not for everybody, but a lot of people really love it. And then there's care coordination, there's public health, there's user experience, which falls under the tech umbrella. There is you can go into, speaking of tech, you can go into robotics. You can go into product management, project management, program management. So there are all of these different ways that you can go. And the key is you're going to end up with some sort of analysis paralysis if you try to just kind of pick one, because there are so many that you can use, or that you can do, I should say, and you can use your skills for all of them. It's just a question of which one is right for you. And it's really, really hard to determine that unless you have entered into your career from day one as a new grad saying, I'm definitely going non-clinical, and you have to be super, super strategic about it. But it doesn't mean that you can't do it when you're not a new grad. I mean, it's very, very possible, but you definitely just want to get a good overview of what's out there. And the most important part is you want to understand what makes you tick and what makes you not want to do patient care anymore. Because I feel like that is the main consideration is if somebody's thinking of leaving patient care, we all have our reasons for it. And I've heard people say, I'm just not a people person. I don't know what I was thinking going into this career. But then for someone like you or me, I could tell you're a people person. I'm a people person. I love people. I just didn't want to be on all day, touching, moving, lifting, hearing problems, and then having to do all that paperwork all in an 8-hour day. Like it's just impossible. And so certain people, they say, okay, I just have a hard time with time management. I'm one of those people, I don't do well with time management. So I was never doing well with my productivity. And then you have the people who are like, I love meeting goals. And this stupid 70% productivity goal is like so easy. And I want to go out and just get rewarded for meeting my goals. And so those people want to go into sales. So it's something that you just really need to understand the why behind why you're leaving, and then marry it with the why of what you want to do next. Because if you just know why you're leaving patient care, that's half the problem. But why do you want to go to sales, or why do you want to go to utilization review, or why do you want to do care coordination or robotics or whatever you go into? And you have to have a passion for the next step.